And now we're live.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
I'm gonna be real here. If the character design for the boss that we're currently looking at wasn't so strong, I would not have retained any information over the past month and a half we have not streamed.
Yeah.
So if you're a listening
did not
person who
watch
did the
that.
art for that, congratulations. That's how good a job you did.
Very memorable.
I still have not watched the for the last one.
Well then, probably as soon as the
No.
intro's done, Milla should, oh, you found the art.
Oh.
Very goth.
Yeah. Yep, that is Endelyn for you.
That's it. I'm gonna throw it up on screen for everyone else to do.
I could also post it if it's on the button screen.
Got pulled up here
Yeah.
so that way everyone's stream can see it. But yeah, no, we just invaded their home. And we're literally at front row of a center stage. And we're like, you know what? We're going to ambush and kill everyone here. Then she showed up and we're like, for once we feel fear.
You know, invade is such a harsh word. I prefer surprise guest. This is a surprise invitation.
I'm not afraid.
To be fair, you do have invitations.
Exactly.
But we also let a guerrilla army into here. And it's only slightly less morally ambiguous than our child army.
Mm-hmm. I mean, only a living dandelion, a bee, an elf who was technically banished, not supposed to be in here, an owlbear, a unicorn, you know.
Listen, the tickets didn't say +1 or not, so we just assumed we all had a +1. It's fine.
Listen, we're just basically walking into our own red wedding. We're deciding if we're the groom or the bride.
When we kill one hag, we're going to kill another one.
When all else fails, use the intern excuse.
Nah. Praedycast is one better. I'm homeless. I don't care.
Your homie's mine now. For now.
I mean, technically, by that logic, everywhere is your home.
No. Well, yes and no. It's complicated. I'm supposed to be anchored in one spot. Then they told me to leave the spot. So now I don't have a home unless they take me back to my spot. So I'm nebulously homeless, okay?
Oh, fantastic.
Still going back to the other hag, right? I really want to kill her.
Nope. You did not kill Bavlorna, sadly.
But
she
this,
ran.
at this point, she'll be trivial if we survive this.
Yes. We just gotta surprise her and make sure she cannot plane shift. Easy.
Well, I
Gotta
mean,
JoJo stop her.
well, here's the thing. Can she even still do that without the coven? Because we don't know how much we've weakened them.
It's true. Pretty sure Scabtha was still around when she ported, huh?
That said, we should probably start going around the horn so that way people can actually hear us play. Who wants to go first?
You can go if no one else wants to. Hey, streamy people. I'm Drift Magnus. You can find me here on YouTube and Twitter as the same name. Sometimes there's an underscore in there. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday's Persona 5 Strikers. We're getting very close to the end. Tuesday, when I'm not over here, you can catch me and Chaco and Hoshi over on my channel for Baldur's Gate 3, also nearing its end. On Wednesdays, you can catch me, a lot of people here, some others over at my channel for our Curse of Strahd campaign, Barovia Odyssey. Thursdays is party streams, and Fridays I play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with my girlfriend Yeltemenlo, also known as Yelling at Me, and that would do it for me.
Who you pass the buck to?
Let's see. I'm gonna say Chaco.
Hello, I'm Chocolate Zombie 101. You can find me all over the social medias as some form of Chocolate Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays, when we're not doing this, you find me, Draco, and Hoshi on our respective channels for our Baldur's Gate 3 streams. I also at some point want to stream Doom Dark Ages, and I actually bought the appropriate controller for it the other day. So look out for that. And July is coming up, which means the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake is coming out, and I'll almost certainly be playing that on stream because THPS 3 was my shit back in the day. Outside of that, you can find me here on Burnout's channel for Phase of Our Lives. You can find me on Draco's channel on Wednesdays for our Curse of Strahd campaign, which is nearing its end. And then Thursdays, you can usually find me on his channel for party games. Toshi.
Royal Hoshi. You can find me on all social media as Royal Hoshi. When you can't find me here, you can find me, Draco, and Choco on our respective channels. So on Tuesdays, playing Baldur's Gate 3, as Draco and Choco said before, for near the end, and it's getting interesting. And Wednesdays, you can also find me on Draco's channel as we play Curse of Strahd, as we're also at the end of that, as we're getting ready to storm Ravenloft Castle. That's pretty much it for me, Caitlin.
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, places Caitlin C37. I do art. I do some merch here and there. So you can just find all my stuff there. I believe Mila, you go.
Hello. You can find me here for Phase Lives running the campaign, as well as every other Friday night as we continue our adventures in Ouroboros, the Outlaws Gambit, along with Vaughn, Skelly, Citric, and Rosso. Why am I blanking? God, it's been a long day. Aside from that, opposite of this campaign, you can also find me over on Legic's channel as we go through a Dilcian Anthologies Legacy of the Dealbreakers Volume 2. And also on the Blue Sky and the Twitch sometimes at Mill Ninja. Other than that, DeLuna, you can find him at DeLuna 313 or DeLuna 1338. He will be slightly late because of work things, but as soon as he hops in, he'll be able to do some good stuff on his end. Aside from that, Vaughn, round us out.
Hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Blue Sky and YouTube at Burnout Vaughn. This week it's all D&D all the time, unless I'm guesting on someone else's channel, like Amusing Thalia, for random co-op games. So yeah, keep an eye out for me there. But this week, again, Phase of Our Lives tonight, Saved by the Spell this coming Saturday, where, oh boy, we just plane shifted to the elemental plane of water. And my character did almost kill everyone on the ship by accident, almost. So yeah, no, we're having a good time. We're just trying to get to our vacation destination on a different plane. That different plane just happens to be the plane from Roll With Me. So yeah, a lot of stuff that's going on in there in the future. And then finally, Sunday, we return to Those Who Wander, where, oh boy, things are happening. The werewolves are watching us. The werewolves are possibly scared of us. Will violence occur? Will violence follow? We will find out. But yeah, that leaves it for me. So Mila, do you want to take us away with a intro?
Indeed I shall, because I know that it'll definitely serve a good twofold purpose here tonight. So, everyone, welcome to tonight's episode of Phase of Our Lives, a while beyond the Witchlight campaign. When last we left our honored guests in the Witchlight Brigade of Sola, Predicats, Dav, Veska, Sidar, and Rudy, the party had just finished making their rounds of not only freeing Eladon the Unicorn from his prison inside of Skabatha's Mount, they had also taken the liberty of taking some time to destroy some of the various lightning rods that were scattered about in Yon. After completing some of those, they were met with a couple of strange sights. A procession of goblins who were parading around, honoring the dead, as it were. In exchange for a little bit of trinket payment, they managed to summoned one of the dead goblins from the ground, and they sought communion with it, as if it were being taught or talked to with Speak the Dead, giving a few possible hints as far as other bits to find inside of Motherhorn. Satisfied with their requests, the spirit returned to its resting place in the ground, and the procession continued onward. Also, as they were making their way back towards the meeting place between the Cords and the Briganauts, they were beset upon a Cyclops beekeeper who turned out to be the one that was holding Pollinella, the bumblebee that Amador had fallen in love with and whisked away from said Cyclops. The party, wanting to make sure that true love bloomed, it sought to interfere and kept the Cyclops away from the love-struck couple. And as they managed to successfully persuade the Cyclops, aka intimidate it, to walking away, the party then made their way back to the Brigadoc mine and gathered up their wish stones, some of which had been refined, and also had met up with the Briganauts of the Corrids to take advantage of a secret passage that was making their way back, as well as, and for above board, they had also agreed to run interference in the amphitheater of Motherhorn should the situation arise. And I will say above board that you all had worked out that there was a phrase that you would have yelled out so that if things had gone south there, they would be able to help you out. So back to the intro. The party whisked their way through the mines in the back of the Brigadoc Cavern and managed to secret themselves inside of Motherhorn, appearing through a broken piece of wall into a back closet. There they had stumbled upon a marionette who had been tangled by its various wires in the back room, whose name was Break-a-Leg. After Sola, being kind to it, freed it. It expressed its gratitude by also conveying a couple of secrets of some treasures that were stashed about, as well as a couple of other figures that might have been possibly hid here. As they continued to explore further down into the basement of Motherhorn, they were met by the sight of an actress who was constantly being pricked behind a goblin seamster, wishing to prepare herself for her debut play upstairs eventually. And after some conversation and making their way about the various prisons inside, they also came up with a rather ingenious plan of using various paints and disguise kits to paint their faces to depict suns and moons to help bring about the fall of Endelyn Moongrave being beaten by during an eclipse. And after doing so, they managed to sneak their way upstairs into the auditorium, where a goblin bearing a staff known as Stage Fright greeted the guests and ushered them onto the stage. And as he did, sitting on a balcony 40 feet above the crowd was the last hag, Endelyn Moongrave, staring down at our guests who have so arrived. How shall our party proceed forward? As the sand falls through the hourglass, let's answer this question as we continue tonight's session of Phase of Our Lives.
So hey, what's that safe word?
Hey, we should probably come up with that. I have an idea for one if everyone's cool with it.
Sure.
Puppet show.
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like that could probably be worked in on a stage pretty easily.
Works for me.
As Endelyn forebodingly stares down at the lot of you, staring through a set of operatic binoculars, she then lowers them and staring at the lot of you. Just as I have predicted, you all have shown up. Especially you, she extends one dangly arm and points towards Gleam, the elf. in spite of my best efforts to keep you out of here.
Rude.
Fate can be funny sometimes, I suppose. Believe I heard somewhere. What was that line? Those who try to avoid their fate are doomed to see it or something. I don't know. It's been a bit.
A possibility that I have foreseen in my orreries. In order to make your way there, we shall see. I don't have time to deal with this in spite of the fact that you're here. If you're wishing to address to me, you must first perform.
Oh,
Is
that's
there
easy.
a script or instructions, certain song you'd like?
Stage fright, if you will. Oh, yes. As, Stage fright just begins to shuffle his way over for a little bit. To impress the Dame of Unhappy Endings, you'll need to perform a tragedy. Something gruesome, depressing, and darkly humorous. I have just the play. A rolled-up script suddenly appears in his hand. Normally, we would have several hours to prepare, but alas, time is of the essence. Since you don't have time to memorize all the lines, we'll need to improvise. Tossing the script over one shoulder, he says, "Worry not. I'll feed you lines from the wings if you get stuck."
All right. Sounds like a plan, I suppose.
Meanwhile, Predicats just lean into Dump. Counterpoint. I could summon a whole lot of minor elementals into the crowd and just slaughter them. That would be a good tragedy.
I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, when he said a tragedy, I was thinking my childhood, but he's got a script. Might as well stick with that for now. Worst
Alright.
case scenario, that'll be plan B.
Then yell out Plan B, I'll be off the stage, and you just watch as Predicats jumps down. He's like, I'm not doing this shit.
All right. As a stage
wait,
fright,
wait. No, quick counterpoint. Which needed to stand in front of what? The sun needed to stand in front of moons, or what was it? For people who like had the face paint.
Yeah, we should probably mark our tokens for who has what.
let's see. I believe I also may have written down in party notes.
I really hope you did, because none of us probably did.
I thought I
Yeah.
had it written.
I looked in party notes, I didn't see it. But,
Dump and Sola have the sun, but I just meant who stands in front of who. If it was the moon that stands in front of sun, or sun.
I see it right there. When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping Lyn will come undone. Is that what it is?
Yes.
In which case, Enoch is going, or sorry, Sola is going to grab Predicats by the scruff, and she'll be like, "Remember the plan."
Enoch just suddenly appears on stage.
I know. I was looking at the Discord name.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Hi, I'm Enoch. Do I kill that thing? I think I can. I seem substantially higher level than everyone here.
Welcome to the stage. We're performing a play. None of us are rehearsed, so good luck.
What's the fastest way for me to get home to my son?
That's an excellent question. I'll let you know when I figure it out, because I still haven't gotten out of this god's forsaken place.
Meanwhile, in Barovia.
Yeah.
All right. Predicats will just... Woman.
That's right. This is mandatory fun. Now let's get going.
All right.
Yes, mandatory fun, the best kind of fun.
Sidara just looks like Craig. How are you not stronger than her?
You look at him.
Meanwhile,
I was about to say, you look at him and you should see a runner's body. He has toned muscle, but all of it is for speed and reactions. He's not a heavy lifter.
By the way,
she's
just
choking him by his
book-
fucking cape.
bookmark this for end of session, either stream title or raid message. Mandatory fun.
All right. As stage fright just begins to walks up towards you, he'll start with you, Sola, and says, "You shall play the role of a mean-spirited servant."
Ooh, okay.
Dumph, you shall play the foolish minstrel.
I think I can pull that off.
You. As he points towards you, Predicates, you will play the part of a cowardly noble.
Just Wano disgust face.
You, and he points towards you, Sindara. You shall play the part of a nervous apothecary.
Huh? What's an apothecary?
They make
And that-
medicine.
Vezka raises her hand and waves. I believe I qualify as an apothecary.
Solus kind of leans over to Domf. Did they like switch us as our roles?
I'm
I'm mean-spirited. As she points at prey to cats.
I was about to say, I thought she was more suited to the type.
And I'm a minstrel. And I think they switched us.
I think so. I mean, I can sort of play the minstrel, maybe play up falling a bit, but obviously it'd be better for that. I mean, I guess I could be a surly noble, but Predicates obviously does the best job at that. It's weird.
Rude.
He looks at you. Am I wrong, though?
No, it's still rude.
Fair enough. I apologize.
You, as stage fright will make his way towards Veska. You will play the role of a drunken satyr.
Sidara just looks at her suckers.
You know, the funny thing about that is I've already witnessed it before.
No, you witnessed the naked satyr.
I remember the first session.
I'm also just pointing out the last one we saw was just a random, like, satyr who didn't have any of his possessions.
Let's see. For the sake of brevity, once Rudy finally gets into the call, he just walks up towards Rudy. He's like, you shall play the role of an honorable knight risen from the dead. And I'll make sure to jot that above board.
You know,
reaches for her breaking sword, looking at him.
Meanwhile, as the person who's actually been raised from the dead and was basically knighted by an archfey, he's just like, "Come on, Panding."
We really did get our roles reversed, it feels like.
Walks over towards Gleam. You shall be the high and mighty princess. Which means you, as he points down towards Amidor, play the role of a failed magician. Well, I shall do my part, as he just kind of puffs himself up.
looks at the script. Did we get a script?
Nope, this is entirely improv. As you saw that he had a script that he just threw it over his shoulder.
Who needs scripts, right? Screw that mess.
Oh, this is gonna be great. I have to method act someone who cannot feel empathy being the kindest person in the script.
Oh God. I'm reminded of the scene from Bug's Life when Flick meets the troop for the first time. In the bar. Swish, swish, clang, clang.
Beska just looks at Sindara and motions her hands out to say, "Give me a sucker." If I am to play this role, I must get into character.
Stage fright will actually jump down from the central stage and be like, come this way. I shall take you to the back room for props.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, nice.
I can never tell Zan that you ever rolled that. We've been trying for 21 episodes.
Aw.
Well, maybe 22 will be the charm.
Maybe. Although third time is the charm, so maybe it'll be 23rd.
Also, Hoshi, you're muted. I don't know if that's on purpose.
I forgot I muted myself.
I had a feeling.
So we didn't hear what it was that you just rolled on the table.
It's a Gibson. It's 1 silver skin onion, 10 milliliters of dry Vermont gin. Well, 10 milliliter dry Vermont, and then 6 milliliters of gin.
It's basically a martini, but you swap the olive out for a pickled onion.
Yep.
Blech.
Sidara looks at the man again. What was my role again? Apothecary what?
Oh, the nervous apothecary. As stage fright just kind of whispers it to you.
Doot, 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 doot.
I'm just typing out something real quick.
Yep, yep.
Meanwhile, Pretty Guts hears that you have a sense of humor.
Doesn't everyone?
Points to himself. No.
All right, you've got 20 minutes to sort out whatever props you need from back here. And as he motions, this room is chock with a variety of props and costumes. There seems to be no order to this place.
All right, let's see what we can cobble together in here.
Yep, start looking through.
All right. As you look around inside here, it has the following oddities. There's a 3-foot-high plaster pedestal on which purchase a small leering gargoyle. There is a gilded throne. And there is a small wooden cradle with a baby goblin doll in it.
Throne gives me ideas. So does the baby goblin, but I don't know if we're going to be
Same.
able to use the chair. We'll have to see.
Look, if I'm a mean-spirited servant, I immediately have an idea for the baby. In the worst way. Want a dark comedy? I got a dark comedy.
Meanwhile, Predicats just go, I have no concept of kindness. If you find anything that works for that, just hand it to me.
Kick the baby.
I mean, if you look at the baby kindly, that might play as kindness, but we could still play with this idea. Maybe she...
You watch to a man with resting, I might murder you face and go, what does a kind look?
Don't give us an expression of tenderness, like a mother looking at a child or a father with pride. Switching between the two to give an idea.
You will watch as Predicats literally just does the Beauty and the Beast smile with a row of incredibly sharp teeth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hold up. As stage fright just got such as here. My apologies. I just realized there is the other room that has the definitely better variety of props right here. He just takes the staff and he just kind of wraps himself on the head.
All right then. I mean, we can still use some stuff from here, but we should probably go to the other room too, just to see what we can find.
Oh, yes. Come this way.
Dumph will grab the baby and hand it to whoever wants it, and then the chair. He's just gonna try and drag it across the floor unless someone else takes it from him.
As you go to drag the chair, you feel something kind of rattling underneath the cushion that's on it for the throne.
I'll look at that real quick. What's a rattling?
Oh, you see there's an iron key sitting between the wooden part of the throne and the cushion.
Just gonna pocket that for possible later use.
And
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Sindara just walks behind the throne and just picks it up.
Oh, excellent.
She just holds it above her head and just starts walking.
Well, I'm glad you took that. I was struggling.
I can tell.
As you make your way up the other side of the steps here, you see there is a black curtain which drapes this hallway, and you see as he parts the curtain and he'll reveal the hallway beyond. He then... Come this way. He goes out to the hallway and then he takes a right. As the hallway continues up to the right, he then comes across another black curtain, which he will then apart to reveal a much larger waiting room.
I'm just zooming out.
And as you begin to look your way around inside this room, there is a chest full of powdered wigs, each one crawling with harmless spiders. There's a mouse trap that's 3 feet wide and 8 feet long. And you see a parasol topped with a copper weather vane.
Predicats heads to the box full of wigs, just pulls out a wig, and just starts aimlessly pulling off spiders to eat.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Sindara is glaring at Predicats at the moment.
Vesca is also glaring at Predicats.
What? Don't waste food.
I think I might have an idea for the mousetrap since I'm playing a foolish minstrel. Some physical comedy can never hurt.
Oh yes, that's a good idea. A little slapstick. I have a sneaking suspicion that would be right up their alley.
Mhm.
I mean, we do have that chair.
Indeed.
This is gonna try to find like a couple of like, if she can't find antlers specifically, she's going to try to find like a couple of like relatively sized like pair of sticks or some sort of wood. Basically, if she can't find antlers, or horns, she's gonna make them.
Yeah, you do match with a few bits and bobbles of like some wood scraps that are kind of strewn about with the color there. Yeah, you do match something that and some cords that you can jerry rig a set of antlers.
She'll work her magic and throw them on and watch over. Yeah, I believe this will work.
Ooh.
Hello.
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 Hello, Delina. You're just in time.
Yep.
The party is currently after meeting up with Endelyn, she has agreed not to talk to you unless you go and perform a play. Specifically a tragedy, because she loves tragedies. So her Master of Ceremonies, Stage Fright, has brought you to a back room to get some props and try and set up for about 20 minutes before you are brought onto stage and get to perform a dark tragedy.
What is Rudy's part? Like, I will go on full.
Rudy, you were given the part of an honorable knight risen from the dead.
Okay, I like it.
Alright, fine, whenever you can make use of this mess. Alright, and you've got 20 minutes.
What do we have in the way of costumes? Are there costumes in this room?
Besides the spider wigs.
Besides the spider wigs, yes.
Which Praedycats will offer one to Rudy, just be like, here, it's full of spiders. As you watch, he just hands it to you while picking one off from a different wig to eat.
Sindar slowly turns the chair upside down to get ready to hit Praedycats with it.
Save it for the play.
Alright.
Or the witch. Hag. Whatever.
God, God, she's got a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy sees as a odds. Not probably. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, you were kind of cutting out there, dude. It was kind of hard to hear
Yeah.
after that.
Imagine you're probably on your phone.
Yeah, I just got off work.
Ah.
I see.
I'd do it, yeah.
But yeah, maybe you can hear me now. Like Brody's just like he sees her put the chair. I'm just gonna put it back. He puts the spider he had in his hand back into the web.
Okay.
Also, if you need tips on being revived from the dead, I can help you.
How disheveled should I look? If I
Depends
have
how
prestidigitation, I can make that happen.
depends. How long have you been dead? He points at this. This is how you look if you are a decade revived from dead.
I know we don't have a script, but like any inkling on how long he's been dead, he'll turn to stage fright looking.
Oh, at this point, Stage Fright has left, and he has left you to, basically side of the room. He's basically gone back out towards the auditorium.
Right, are we completely improving this? Do we have to think this playthrough?
I think so. So then I guess it's dealer's choice how long you think he's been dead. Whatever would be funniest in a dark sort of way.
Well, he's supposed to be honorable. Well, in all honesty, if you just do whatever your master tells you, you're technically honorable. So, just be feral and attack only when told.
Real quick, Milla, question.
Yes, Jocko.
I do have an herbalism kit. Could you allow me to, like, use that to, like, make some sort of, like, I guess say makeup that I could put on Rhodey to make him look dead-ish?
You know what? Sure, make a... Yeah, sure. I'll let you make an herbalism check for that.
Where's my...
I'll put. I do have the sky self as well, so I could technically just use that.
Sure. I'll just make, like, a general wisdom check, because that's probably what it is, because I don't have proficiency at all.
I'm also proficient in disguise kit if I can use it for that.
Yeah, there's
Sorry.
there's a lot you could do. So, yeah, that's good. If you want to use your herbalism kit, I can let you use that with advantage with Sindara's assistance.
Sure.
I also realized I have magic face paint from the carnival that is disguise self.
Ooh,
But
that's
remember,
right.
we do still have the face paint for the sun and moon. I think we should really try to make sure we at the very least have our placement on the stage.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone show me what the kind noble's supposed to look like?
Sindara just points to Donf.
Yeah, basically.
Thank
don't.
you.
Praedykosh just puts a hand over his face and then just swings, and he looks like a human version of Dumph now. Completely all of the clothes copied. Because,
That'll
as
work.
a hex blood, once a day. Sure hope this play isn't an hour.
Yep. With advantage, I got a 16 wisdom, so Vesca would basically take some, like, darker shrubbery and, like, basically make some, like, makeshift, zombie paint, essentially.
Let it right here. Right
Oh,
here.
I have an idea. You have that paint, right?
I do, yes.
Sit on my beak. Make it look like my beak is broken.
Oh! I could do that. Let's just... a little dab here. How many uses do I have of the magic face paint? I don't recall if we ever wrote that down.
Let's see. Let me check. Magic items. Paint, face paint.
No, I just realized I do have those mushrooms on me. I could, like, stick a couple on them to make it, to add on to the flavor.
Oh,
True.
sure. Yeah, that's true.
That sounds awesome. Yes.
Yeah, so she'll pull out her bag, pull out some of the mushroom samples that she's been collecting, and just, like, she'll use the paste as, like, an adhesive and just, like, pluck a couple on to Rudy.
Okay, I I like this idea, but God, it's gonna hurt later.
The suffering required for proper art. Anyway,
Oh,
uh,
I found it. Yeah, the magic face paint is for a single use.
oh, okay. So then, since it's disguise self in a single use, I guess I kind of wanted to use it on myself or something, and you do have the group with disguise kits working on you, so I guess they could do as their best to try and make it look like your beak is broken.
You
Because
want Sidara looks at, do you want it actually broken, or do you want it looking like it's broken? As she slowly pulls out her hammer.
No. Looking like, not actually.
we probably don't want to beat up our co-stars too much. I mean, slapstick comedy, sure, but breaking his beak is probably going to be a bit much.
What was the other prop that was in here? It was like a parasol kind of thing.
Oh yeah, there was a parasol with a brass lightning rod on it.
That was a weather vane.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
it was a weather vane.
No, I just. I don't know why
Oh.
I thought parasol. Never mind.
Well, I think it was a parasol that had that lightning rod
Yeah, that's
on
what I
it.
meant. It's a parasol capped by a weather vane.
Oh, okay.
That could be good for the princess.
That could be. Though I was thinking if we could maybe just snap the parasol and make that look like a broken beak.
Maybe.
Slowly pulls back out the hammer and smiles.
We do need to probably be at full health if we're going to do something, you know. As she, like, smacks her fist. Or smacks her palm with her fist.
Murder, yes.
Mill, I have a question.
Yeah, still enough.
Does could I have Rhodey use prestidigitation to make it look like his eyes falling out of its socket, his left, like his right eye?
That would be more.
That
I
would
would
be more
say-
like alter self, maybe, or even minor illusion.
It'd be minor
Yeah.
illusion. You'd have
Okay.
to constantly be re-upping it.
Or disguise self. Yeah, disguise self could work like that as well. Otherwise, thaumaturgy would be self-casted, or to have your eyes have their effect changed as well. I guess prestidigitation, you could add like a.
I mean,
I'd
with
argue
it,
I just-
prestidigitation could probably
smells
give you
like
a sparkling effect or something other
Mhm.
like along that line.
I mean, it could also make you smell stinky like a corpse.
True.
True.
Because odd odor.
Ooh, actually, I just thought of one. Can I make it look like my eyes are like I'm blind in my eyes, even though I'm not?
That'd
Yeah.
be more thaumaturgy, probably.
Yeah,
Or
I
thaumaturgy.
don't remember. I think thaumaturgy lets you change your eye color.
Yeah.
Oh well. And like basically, I was like, what can I do? Like this, what can like Rhodey could do something. I mean, he is a rogue. He does have disguise self or disguise kit himself. He could do something.
Yeah, he could probably also use disguise kit to try to change the color of his eyes as well. You know what? Why not? There might be some contacts in there.
I'm gonna use my magic face paint to look like a male version of Sola, but a bit more disheveled.
All right.
Oh no, they're multiplying.
Look over at I guess. I mean, you can say the same thing about yourself.
Oof, that was big robot.
It came through mostly fine on my end, but then he just goes, Dolph is far more tolerable.
Sola kind of narrows her eyes, though.
You know that neither of you like each other at this point.
Oh no, I know. It's not going to change her reaction, though. Petty vengeance would be mine, though. Sola's gonna keep looking like herself, but I assume that there's plenty of dust and stuff around here, right, Milla?
Yeah. Yeah, there's dust, there's cobwebs.
Well, if I'm gonna just be a servant, I'm just gonna go ahead and just roll around in the dust.
Yep, sure enough. You just stop, drop, roll around in the corner, and you are caked in dust.
Rolling
Is
around
there-
like a dog in a yard.
You know what? Just to add to the flavor, is there an empty bottle around?
You know what? Sure, there is a bottle.
She'll take it, like, dust the lid or the spout off with her shirt, and then just have it in her hand.
That's good.
Meanwhile, the second Sola gets off the floor, Praedycash just holds out a hand and a small gust of wind just to ruin the hair blows in her face. Be glad he doesn't have gust.
That's good. Can I borrow your jacket?
I was asked for what purpose, but I'm assuming it has something to do with our current situation. So sure, she'll take it off and toss it over to Sindara.
Dara will catch it and put it on.
You can now be convicted of possession.
And then Sindara will look at Rudy and holds out her great sword. You want to borrow it?
Ready?
Beauty.
Sorry, I got disconnected there for a second. What'd you say?
Sindara pulls off her great sword from her back and holds it towards you. He asks you if you want to borrow it.
I mean, yeah, that'll make it more realistic.
Reminds me, Dumph, I think you have instruments, but do you need to borrow one?
Oh, yep, I have a lute of my own, and he'll pull out his lute.
Perfect, I thought so.
Actually, now that I think about it, Vesca, you're supposed to be a drunk, right?
That was the description I was given, yes.
I have this alchemy jug. I could make some alcohol to fill that bottle you have.
Thinks about it. Oh, why not?
Right, pick your poison. Wine, ale.
Wine.
Wine.
I think wine works.
Pour you a glass, and he will activate the jug to pour some water into that glass jug.
I imagine it's probably just like the size of like a regular bottle.
You're rebottling box wine, okay?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
She just takes a good old swig for good measure. I'm going to need a lot of this after tonight.
Do you want the box one, or do you want the good shit? As she pulls out like 10 wine from her bag.
I mean, you already gave me one.
And I mean, why not both?
I was thinking the same thing. Why not both? So I do wonder why they... Like, it's clear they made a switch with each other, right? As far as the roles go.
I mean, most likely that's intentional, yes.
It'll be easier for our own role.
I believe the intention was that we know each other well enough at this point to be able to mimic each other.
Side eyes, pray to cats.
Sidara side eyes slowly they look at Predicats and laughs.
Meanwhile, Predicat's just like, I just thought they didn't want me to eviscerate anyone that I was ordered to.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it saves me a spell. That way I can eviscerate her.
I think we should use the throne for the play, but I'm really hoping it stays structurally sound enough that we can use it on her too. Because that would be
with the
funny.
chair.
My God!
Also, I'm starting to think these spiders are magically generated because how have they been feeding if they've been stuck in wigs inside a box this long? As he just pulls off another spider and eats it.
Maybe the wig isn't a wig, it's actually literally just a spider egg sac.
I mean,
Yeah, by the way, Rudy, there's spiders in here, just so you know.
I'm aware.
I was
What is
raised
that?
I was raised by were spiders. You eating them stirs me.
Just watch as he puts another spider in his mouth. I do not care.
See, this
mean-
is where you would work on the kindness thing, though, if you want to practice.
Yes.
This is where you would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know," and put it down.
I mean, in his defense, we aren't in character yet.
No, but it would be good practice for him.
Indeed.
It's all the
We-
practice she needs, and she glares.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mime's putting down the wig, eats another spider.
Yeah, he's getting there.
Progress, for sure.
Baby steps.
Still want to hit him in the side of the head with the chair. Save my frustration for the hag.
I'm going to assume we're not going to put too much into this, because I do assume we want to kill her, but do we have a general idea on our story? Direction?
That is a good question.
Stage fright said they would just tell us things off stage, so we just have to listen to what they say.
That's true. We are going to get some lines fed to us. I'm hoping there's like a beginning narration so that we can jump off that, because if there isn't, we're just going off the fly completely, and that is going to be difficult.
That said, I'm just waiting until you yell Plan B and I just start actually sending out things to eviscerate people.
10 minutes to showtime! As you see Stage Fright comes to poke his head out. 10 minutes to stage time, folks!
You! Hey, how much direction are we getting? Like, are we getting a narration? Are we making all of this up? What are we doing?
Alright, I can help you out just a moment. Hold on, I'm just get some stuff real quick here.
I can't work under these conditions.
Fine. Your first line. And he points towards you, Sola. Come on. Roll. Okay, crap. It's stuff that I got randomly rolling the back.
Alright.
Caitlin, roll a D80 for me.
Oh, D80, interesting. Okay.
Yep. And for the record, everybody go ahead and roll D80s for me.
How do
Okay.
I do a custom dice
Slash
again?
roll. You type
Slash.
slash roll 1d80 in this instance.
Or
Okay.
slash R.
slash.
72.
29.
28.
All right. Rudy, need a roll from you. I guess, or else I could roll for you. Let's see.
Also, I forgot one detail. I'm human Domp if he also had a moon on his face.
Okay, so me or Solo could stand behind you for the eclipse bit. Good to know.
All right. Stage right reports towards you. Hurry! 'Tis best I die quickly.
Hurry, it is best I die quick. Oh yeah, I can work with that.
And for you, Preda Cuts with a 72. See, 'twas I all along.
No reaction.
For you, Sidara, with a 70. My enemies are dead, yet I hunger still.
I think Sindara can work with that.
Let's put I guess. So yours is 28. Which is tomorrow at sunrise, I shall no longer be here.
Oh wait, so I was the first one then?
Yeah,
Yep,
I think so.
you were 29.
So I'm sorry, could I get that line one more time?
29 was hurry. Oh no, yeah, hurry. 'Tis best I die quickly.
I can work with that.
Let's see who else had I. Yeah, Caitlin. I had given yours to our sunrise. I should no longer be here. Rudy. Yours shall be. The words catch in my throat. I cannot speak them.
Okay.
Let's see. 2 other people roll D80s for me because I have to assign Gleam and Amador's lines.
That's
You-
because still needs to
you,
roll
uh,
her.
Can you put that one in the chat?
Oh yeah.
I'll roll one of them for you.
Oh.
I got a 39 for one of them.
And a 41 for the other.
Alright.
Choco, you still need to roll too.
There you go. That's for you, Rudy.
Oh yeah, Choco never rolled.
Oh yeah, Chaco, you need to roll a D80.
Is that a D8 or an AD?
80 AT.
Oh boy.
So there it is. Let's see, Gleam got a 39, which is speak only good news.
Whoops.
My mood is leaden.
I'm trying to figure out where I find this D80 at.
You just
write-
type in the chat
yeah.
/roll 1D80.
There's a
Ah,
space
okay.
between roll.
Yes.
$50.
Reroll because that one has already been used.
$25.
25. Your line is knaves, footpads, and liars. I am in good company. And I'll copy paste that for you.
You know, that makes sense for that would make sense for something a drunk to say.
Speak for yourself.
Right. Amador 41. All right. So as you use more lines, I can definitely give you some more. As the play progresses, as stage fright looks at you.
Do we improv more, or are those the exact lines that we use?
Okay,
Those
so
are lines we like mix in, right?
yeah, that's basically as long as you improv all of your lines, and mechanically, as long as you use the lines that are given to you in some way. That's basically the gist of how this is going to play out.
All right, I'll work with that.
And just for the sake of keeping everything straight, Mila, could you just type everyone's roles in so we know how to address each other?
All right. Let's see. Gotta get back to the right page.
I know. I'll just write mine down.
It's like, I remember what mine is off the top of my head, and I do remember some of them, but I feel like it'd be good to have them written down so we can look back and see, oh yeah, you are this.
Yeah. So, Duff, you were?
I was a foolish minstrel.
Foolish Minstrel. Amador is the failed magician. Gleam is the high and mighty princess. Sola is the mean-spirited servant. Let's see. I remember Predicats was the cowardly noble.
Cowardly? I thought it was kindly.
Yeah, I thought it
Oh
was
no,
kind of-
cowardly.
Oh, I heard kindly.
Yeah, you literally said
I-
kindly. That's what we've been going off of for the last...
I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. It was cowardly.
I think I
I'm
do
so
remember
sorry.
earlier there was cowardly, but I think at some point it got switched to kindly.
Let's see.
Just
gonna
like
be-
a
it's a dark.
Berenstain Bears moment.
Maybe, yeah.
Mandela effect.
Mandela
First,
effect,
you
yeah.
Mandela!
Let's see. Sadara was the nervous apothecary. Veska was the drunken satyr. And then that leaves Rudy as the honorable knight risen from the dead. Ta-da!
All right.
And with that, Stage Fright takes his staff, as you just hear the sound of it rattle, 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 as he motions all of you to wait behind the second black curtain. All right, I shall introduce you, and then you are free to make your way into the central stage. All right. Break a leg. As Stage Fright is going to...
I was about to say, he says that Predicast starts leaning down towards stage fright.
It's an expression. It's an expression done in theater.
Oh.
At least for
It
now.
means... Yes. We can do that later. After the play. Or during, if it would be funny enough.
My lords, my ladies, and sovereigns all, I come before you tonight to present you with a tale most dour, provided by our most illustrious guests of the Witchlight Brigade. A tale of love, begotten, devolved into treachery, of a jealous quarrel between servants and minstrels, of hijinks of magic, and a tale of vengeance rising from the grave. I now give before you our very esteemed performers. As he shakes his stick and you hear applause coming from the amphitheater. That appears to be your cue.
All right. It's showtime.
Going on out.
I think while he's going down the stairs, Dolph is gonna play his lute and begin descending with Dorman flying around his head. With a big ol' performance. Do I need to roll anything for that, or just stick in with the story for now?
If you want to add to this, I will allow a performance check.
All right. Performance.
Visca quickly just runs her hands through her hair just to like make it look all disheveled and at wit's end, so to speak.
Meanwhile, Parade Cats has realized, like popcorn, spiders are empty calories, so he's just going to, as human Dump, turn his head towards the sky, put his hand up, and then just, infestation, start eating some more bugs.
Sola's gonna elbow him. Stop it! No.
Have to be in character.
What? Humans eat bugs!
Not when they're not when they're nobles.
His face just press X to doubt.
I mean, if you really want to get technical about it, technically a lobster is an insect.
What's a lobster?
Semantics. Some sort of
Also-
ocean bug.
Remember your placements.
What placements?
You guys in front of me and Dumph.
Oh, fuck.
Where do you want the chair?
Look, just put it over there. We'll have
Serdar tosses
They
a chair at that
found her.
location.
Gleam sitting on it. She's a high and mighty princess. It works.
Okay. She comes to set the chair down.
Right, and Dumph, while still performing, is going to drop the mousetrap he picked up, activated around where the chair is.
He does realize
Also,
those...
we're-
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, he does realize those break bones, right?
It's a good question. Where's our hag?
She is on her balcony, which is 40 feet above stage left.
So not
For the sake
visible
of
on the
brevity.
map.
Very upper right-hand corner.
Ah,
So it would be
Still-
roughly around here, 40 feet up.
Ah, she's our Statler and
Okay.
Waldorf. Got it.
Yep.
Okay, well, Sola's going to really start kicking it off with her own roll. She's going to grab Predicats by the scruff, and she's going to put him in front of her.
Dumph is gonna do a similar thing, standing behind Gleam, more like dancing around her for the time being as the foolish minstrel. My princess, you deserve so much better than that silly mage. You deserve someone capable of the finest musics, the best talents, and steps on the mousetrap intentionally, but making it look like it's not intentional. How much damage am I going to probably take from this mousetrap?
That is a good question.
I'd say a fair one would be a D8 because those things are basically made to snap mice's necks.
Yeah, you take 5 points of, we'll call this bludgeoning damage as the trap just slaps down.
Dolph lets out a scream, partly genuine, partly acting, really playing it up that he's taken so much damage from this. Oh, gods, what cruel fate someone would lay this here of all places! I'll never make it! Hurry! 'Tis best I die quickly!
Sindara just... Sindara will sheepishly walk over towards you and stuck a sucker in your mouth. There, you're all better.
All right.
Oh.
Just while this is going on, Dom, roll another D80 for me because you're going to get a new line. As the stage fright looks up, yes, yes.
I'm starting to wonder how this is played if it's not in a VTT.
In person, this would be interesting. 11.
I mean, that's 40 20s technically.
All right, your new line, and I will post this in here for chat.
Okay.
Oh,
God.
how dare you speak of such ill towards me? I'm glad your faith has given you thus. I shall not be kicked by any mule, as he looks back towards you, Dub.
Oh, please. You're pathetic. You couldn't cast a spell if your life depended on it. And I feel I've inherited much from this meeting. I could beat you with my eyes closed.
Would this be more than just a simple quarrel? Hush, my sweet dumpling, he says.
Oh, gods, this is all so sickening. Tomorrow at sunrise, I shall no longer be here. I'm out of the here. I'm done with this place.
Meanwhile, Praedycots keeps you on stage because halfway through that you were still dragging him. And he's just like... Again, you will certainly die, come the morning, if you keep shaking me! At which point he drops the illusion, 'twas I all along.
Oh! You hear the crowd gasp at that.
At which point he follows you, and it's constantly now standing behind you.
All right, roll another D80 for me, Vaughn.
$29.
All right, you already used that one. Reroll.
$7.
7. Ah, this works great for you. You fetch my steed.
Oh, I just noticed Rhodey isn't on the stage.
I figured he was probably
I'm
head
getting to
stippler.
that actually.
Ah, there we go.
Or he can, if he chooses not to enter or exit, that's one thing. So, as long as he at some point contributes.
That's the thing. Like Rhodey was waiting for his time, and actually at this point, he would be walking like any of the zombies he's ever encountered in his travels.
You know what? Can we say for can we say for sake of things Veska's also with Rhodey like he's basically like dragging like a drunk civilian aside, like he had like detained them or something.
I think that works.
Sorry. As Glebe just looks down and I must away from this. I must retire from my chambers. Surely all of this nonsense is going on. I only wish that people would speak only good news. My mood is leaden. As she begins to exit.
Also, Mila, I used my line. I re-rolled.
Oh. And you rolled 19, which is... No, Master! He turned to stone!
As they start exiting, Rhodey, in a very garbled voice, "The word catch in my throat. Cannot speak them."
Egads, it can't be, could it? The former prince is back from the dead?
From off the stage. No, Master, he turned to stone.
Oh, never mind then. This guy.
Meanwhile, you'll also hear the most deadpan, "Fetch my steed."
Veska is accompanying him, and she just says, "And that's how I found him until I rose him from the grave with my power." And she takes a swig of her wine.
Sidara looks at them. I thought my enemies were dead, but I hunger too.
Alright, reroll that Vaughn because that
I
was
know,
already
I know.
been used.
There you go, 63.
63.
Here I was, just minding my own business. I stumbled upon this, what I thought was a statue. I took it back to my lair underground with.
You know, I just realized I used my line. I never rolled it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I took it back to my lair, full of knaves, footpads, and liars. I said I am in good company. And there I performed my experiments, and I'm going to just, for sake of, you know what, just for, I'm going, what is this? I don't have prestidigitation, damn it. You know what? What is it? I gotta make sure I know which one it is. You know what? For sake of things, and this is just purely cinematic, I'll activate a halo of spores, so everybody will see these like mushroom spores begin to surround her as she kind of poofs them towards Rudy. Also, I used my line, so I'll need a new one.
Alright, go ahead and roll. D80.
Seven.
Reroll, since that's already been used.
Come on, 69.
It's already been done.
Oh,
Yep.
45.
There you are. I will cut the rest of yours.
I don't think we got 69.
No, we did. It was the
We
first
did.
one rolled.
Yep. And I got 35.
All right.
The first one was 29, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was 69. That's why we all said nice.
Yep.
Let's see. You said yours was 35. Ah. Excellent. I love this one. All right, Solo. Your line is thus.
That'll do.
It's about to say you're staying next to the hobo, so.
Yeah.
Sidara looked at Vesca. So you're telling me you brought him back to life with alcohol? How is that even possible?
I'd like to know myself.
With the power of magic, anything is possible. Just looks to the hard camera.
Magic. My, far more powerful than this failure of a wizard over here. You've lit my lantern wick, that's for sure. I am aflame with the desire to seek magical knowledge.
You just hear shouting off stage. 2 truths, a lie will follow.
In response to that, Rudy, you speak. I thought the brain of an ass. Above game, as soon as he was fed that line, Brody be like, okay, this is the only time I'm going to be able to insult Predicast without getting in trouble for it.
True.
True.
And, like, they like each other, too. I'm just like, this is something that he would do, though, just because it'd be a funny thing.
And
All
meanwhile,
right,
I
let's
re-rolled
see.
for my next one, 41.
And I rolled a 55 for mine.
All right, we'll go in order in the chat.
Sidara looks at Rudy. Let me answer this one. Of course he's an ass. See, he's hiding behind the little woman there.
Let's see. Next is 4. All right. Pretty Cats, your line is as follows. Then Rudy. Lines. And then finally, Dara. So Dara, this is your line. At this point, Stage Fright will kind of take his staff, and you just hear it rattle. God, keep him going.
My, this has been rather strange day. It's almost like a dream. It must be. I must be dreaming. But this dream shall soon end, I'm sure. And he will turn to Rudy. If this is a dream, the hell, want to get a drink, perhaps?
Even a beholder wouldn't see that coming. That one coming.
You know, perhaps I shall. After all.
Veska just takes another swig of her wine bottle. Well, you can't have this. It's mine, I tell you.
Let's see. Sadara, reroll yours.
Same with Dom.
Reroll yours, Dom.
I don't think Veska used her previous line.
I haven't yet. I've been waiting. I'm waiting for the opportune time. Speaking of, Veska will look at Dump and say, "You've got an instrument, don't you? This calls for a celebration. We shall dance." And she starts to like dance, but also like drunkenly stumble all over the place.
I will roll performance. Why not?
Sidara looks at
Ooh,
Vex.
it's a 10.
Sidara looks at Vex and oh my god, you dance like my mother.
Meanwhile,
Let's see
Predicat's
here.
under his breath just goes to Sola. I'm now jealous of Veska's wine.
Solo will whisper back. I mean, you're actually not doing too bad, though. Actually, how is the hag enjoying all of this?
Roll an insight check.
Alright.
Is that open for all of us?
Yeah.
There. 21?
18.
All right. Dolphin Solo? It seems like she's getting some enjoyment out of it.
Excellent.
Good, good. Sola's gonna like pull out that baby doll. She's gonna like walk across the stage, like pretending like she's patting it. What the heck is my line? Where's my new one?
So what's Sola? Line.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Yep. I'm just like patting the little baby doll. Ugh, I smell a foul wind, and I'm going to like throw the baby doll at Break a Leg.
Hey,
Eat the baby.
Yeet the baby.
Bella, I
So you're throwing the doll at stage fright?
Yep. After she does her line, ugh, I smell a foul wind. Should eat the baby.
Okay, make an improvised weapon attack against him.
Oh, how do I always forget how
That's
to do
just
this.
that's a single roll.
Single roll.
Strength check. Strength or dex, I guess.
That's going to be a 9 with 12.
Well, does that hit stage fright? Let me look at his stat block.
It actually might, because I know what he is. Goblins, man.
I think I have an idea what he is.
I just have to double check and make sure he doesn't have his own stat block.
Please let this baby hit. He should not have a high stat block. If he has higher than 13, I will eat a shoe.
That's right. All right.
And in the meantime, while we wait for that.
Meanwhile, Bubba in chat pointing out, oh no, South Park would have evolved. It's yeet the baby, Ike. No, yeet the baby.
Yeet the baby.
Don't eat the baby. Yeah.
Goddamn baby.
Oh god dang it! Why is that stat block not in here? I gotta look this up.
Use
Apologies.
I made this hard.
No,
Um,
just use 5e tools, type in what it is, because it's very easy to type in what it is, and that'll be your AC.
Okay, I found it. That is going to miss, unfortunately. That's just like.
Meanwhile,
Goodness.
Pretty
Sorry,
just
go
lean
ahead.
in and he'll lean in and just deliver flatly, but it probably echoes because amphitheater just goes good distance.
Thanks.
I can't believe you would do such a thing. Dom will stop playing. Unbelievable. I warn you. My patience has sunk. How could you do such a dreadful deed?
Let's just stop stumbling. We danced too long, now the music is gone.
I have a wicked thought if you want to hear it. How about we eat the baby harder? As Esadara just walks over further to grab the baby.
Where's the chair?
I
the
believe it's
chair.
like right here, right?
Yeah.
That's cause gonna do the Eric Andre bit. Just runs full speed at the chair and just jumps into it.
No, do I need a reroll for a new line?
Yeah, make an acrobatics check to stick the landing in the chair.
Meanwhile, just looking at you in this collapsed chair, Praedykas just looked down. Are you the lord of this lands? I bring dark tidings from afar.
Sindara picks up the baby and eats it at Pretty Cats.
Start devolving.
Devolving into chaos. I mean, it's a tragedy.
Alright, lines. Reroll yours, Caitlin.
Wait,
Me.
mine was first. Okay.
And also yours, Sidara, because it's the same result.
Hey, I got my number.
31.
26.
Alright. 31 for Caitlin.
22 for me.
Okay.
You said it was a string to throw the baby?
Yes.
I don't think a 14 hits Pretty Cat.
So was improvised weapon damage due to Praedykas?
Wait, that hits?
I'm a warlock!
He's not the tank of the team. I don't know what to tell you.
I am
All right, so
DPS!
that's- So 1 plus your so your strength modifier then for damage.
5.
You see, you just hear Amador just kind of turn to you as the chair hits. Hurts, doesn't it?
No. At this point, Praedykas is slightly bleeding from the head and is now growling.
The children of the world must speak. They go flying through the world as they try to find what suits them. And she walks up to Pretty Cat and stuff a sucker in his mouth.
Alright.
Meanwhile, I rolled a 2 for my next line. I'm pretty sure that hasn't been taken yet.
45,
Yeah.
45.
Let's see, Sidara. Your line
white.
is.
Pretty Cat, you get a white lady. Lollipops.
That sounds like the shittiest drink you could ever order.
Lemon rind, lemon juice, triple sec, and gin.
It's a slightly more fucking alcoholic version of a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Meanwhile, you just watch he crushes it in his again, we've now established very sharp teeth, does not sell it, and his hands are slowly turning into claws.
Oh, you hear the crowd begin to spot that. All right, Redicats, here's your new line.
Oh, this just turned
Oh. Okay. In character Dom, you need to play the dun dun dun.
Absolutely.
Also, no idea line.
Oh,
Yes, I also need mine.
all right. Rudy, what yours was? Oh yeah. Oh, yours was 13. Aha. Rudy, yours is. Yeah. And then for Dove, what was yours? 22. Reroll that one since that's been used.
Roll 1d80. 66. Was that one used?
I mean, it's getting hard to tell at this point. There's a lot of scrolling going on.
Yep.
That one you have
Yeah.
not used yet.
Oh,
Your line is thus.
interesting. Hmm.
Cat needs to take his love to Dom. I need that now.
Oh my god.
This probably sucked. Abidor.
I made the comment earlier, like in the chat, but this is quickly turning into an MST3K skit.
I was going with early Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Props.
It is true because literally how this is supposed to work is that at least in IRL, it's like there's a handout you're supposed to cut up. You're supposed to take all these lines, put them in a hat or a bag, and then you're supposed to draw them out as you use the lines.
Oh my god, it is literally Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Now, the worst part is I was like, if we had props, it'd also be a Cromartie High bit.
Yep.
Bring out Mekazawa. Which at this point I think is just Dolph.
Gods, I can't believe how absolutely out of control this has gone. Have you met my husband? This seems like this has his name all over it.
Oh, why the long-faced dumpling as Salvatore just looks up to you.
At this point, Prairie Cat swings at Sindar with a Primal Savagery.
Okay. Okay, I got a way to do this. He misses Zendara and it hits Rhodey. This is a world I shall not recover. You have played me. And he dies again.
Well, that depends on your AC, because he's no longer acting, he's pissed.
How much? Okay, how much does this hit?
It's a 19,
God.
so does it hit Sindara?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it also hits you, but you'd have to be close enough to us, because it's a 5-foot range.
Yeah, you would have to run up.
I guess if you wanted to intercede while this plays out, then I will allow Rudy the opportunity to intercept this.
You probably don't want to. You probably really don't want to.
I mean, it would make sense, like he's going to die in this next thing, so...
For the
Okay.
art.
So you push Sindar out of the way and take 19 acid damage as Praedykots takes a chunk out of your chest.
Oh!
Man, those squibs sure are good.
Mm.
Sidara leans down to check Rhodey's post. He's gone. Tomorrow shall bring mirror.
Brought back only to die once again.
And you did this.
Ironic, he could save others from death, but not himself.
Reroll Sindara.
Oh, I also rolled earlier. Do I need to reroll 64?
64. I believe that one has been used.
43.
You already used that one. Let's see.
Vez kind of gets up from the chair shrapnel and stumbles over to Rudy's corpse and just looks at the audience and says, "Not even Octars would dine on this."
All right.
I imagine that gets a good reaction from the crowd.
Very meta.
They all start laughing.
I mean, you're suffering from a minor gunshot wound at this point.
Dolph is gonna whisper to Prentice, "Keep up the bit. We must be done soon."
Can I stealthily cast Healing Word on Rudy?
Please.
Make a stealth check.
It is only verbal.
Yep.
So I guess you'd just be whispering in an amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Veska would look at Rudy's going down and say, never fear, my spawn. I shall bring you back." And I cast Healing Word on it.
Wait, wrong there, Dov. I'm not sure
I
why
was
you
gonna
didn't
say,
copy
I
this.
thought Sindara got that one.
Yeah, she did. She did. Yours is this one.
Sidara looks like she's shaking as she looks at Veska. I will tear the world in two for a quaff. As she holds out her hand as she's looking at the bottle of wine.
That's a 10 for stealth, so she's probably not being terribly stealthy at it. But I mean, it also makes sense considering what's previously transpired.
Mm-hmm.
So how many am I getting healed for?
I'm gonna do this at 2nd level. Heal for 7.
And Sindara makes it look like she put her hand on top of Veska to make it look like she is healing him.
I guess roll it with advantage if you want to use that in order to try and hide it. So make your stealth check again there, Veska.
Alright. Now 20.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like you've mastered your attempts to heal Rudy pretty well.
Under his breath, you hear Veska has ready. Thank you. God, that hurts.
She'll pull him up. There, you have risen again. Oh, so I need to roll again for my...
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Yep.
We've got to be running out of lines by this point.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
But I say we gotta be at least a third.
30.
40.
Alright. 30.
While that's going on, Duff's gonna put his hand on Veska's shoulder. Alas, I don't believe even that could heal him, powerful though it may be.
Why would
And
you say that?
you,
Why would you say that to the drunk? I'm the one doing the healing.
well, Veska also said that he has arisen.
You're
So
gonna
I
listen
was
to a
responding
drunk?
to that.
No. Sindara's saying that in character.
Ah,
I'd also probably point out that Domp is putting one hand on Veska and using the entirety of the other arm to hold back a quietly frothing Predacons.
yes.
Well, as if I was gonna say, like, as if to be as comedically funny as possible. Like when Dom says you can't, like, that wouldn't bring him back. Rhodey's body just goes limp and he just falls over again.
And you, while he's still holding Predicate, how could you do such a thing? And again, whisper in his ear, say your line.
You're just gonna hear just yelling, "But I am your son!"
And then plays dun, dun, dun.
Bah, bah, bah.
Sindara looks at Predicate. I think I'll hide in the chimney. And she goes running past them and jumps behind the chair.
Such a revelation. I feel like a giant stepped on my head. How could I have been so blind?
Then lend me your hand. There is something I will show you.
Alright,
Dolph will
reroll
give his
both
hand
of yours.
over.
Both of us? Okay.
Sindara
Yep.
whispers to Sola. I think it was funny. I actually hit him with the baby.
This soul is looking at Rudy, but
Alright.
That was his choice.
That's a 20.
All
That's
right.
an 8 and a 23, just for people listening.
Alright. For Domph, that's for you. For Predicates. Then Veska. Veska. At this point, Stage Fright shakes his rattle again. I can't help but feel that I have been tired for a day. Perhaps the nice warmth by the fire shall do me some good. And he'll attempt to wave and attempt to cast a spell in front of what is known as the chair, in front of where Sindara is currently hiding in.
Well, hiding behind the wreckage because he Eric Andre'd that.
Yeah. I Eric Andre the chair.
Oh.
Yep. So Emidor just makes his way up, acts like he's casting a fire upon the chimney.
Veska lays Domph over to the fire. Look, a fire.
Wait, I'm in here. And she jumps out.
She did want to show him something.
Yes, that is a fire, but what does it all mean? That is quite a goatish look you have upon your face. What are you scheming?
Meanwhile,
I still need my line.
As you say that, Praedycots bursts through you on all fours as he just yells, "'Tis said that in Valoon that they eat such things!" and tries to bite them.
Sola just shakes her head. I would not wish you upon a toad.
The most accurate read ever. That's a 26. I'm sorry.
This has been an amazing session. I'm just gonna say it.
It really has. I love this.
Veska turns to the hard camera. This portends an unpleasant day.
Yeah, so he takes 12 acid damage out of your shoulder with his teeth.
Out of who?
Who do you fucking think?
Sindara.
I'm gonna point out, like, Rhodey's just lying there, Family Guy style, right in front of everybody doing this.
Still bleeding.
No, he was healed, so the wounds cauterized at least.
Mm-hmm.
At least a bit better. I rolled a 4.
Alright, Doff, for your roll. Oh, this will be good for you, Caitlin.
Oh boy.
For Sola.
Oh well. As Brady Cat does that. Murder! Oh, murder!
Oh!
Oh no!
Yes.
That was easy.
I also love how only 2 people have stuck to their roles.
Alright.
I rolled a 9.
At a 58 on my roll.
I got a 42.
Alright. Sola! And then, let's see.
All is lost! No prayer can save us
Very convenient.
I just want to imagine Predacot's like shaking Sola's shoulder like a dog, just like.
As Solo says that, Sidara will pull out the Warhammer as she's staring at Predicat chomping on her shoulder. Oh, you damn right. And she's going to swing at him.
Oh,
You
God,
miss!
I forgot who I was going for.
You miss.
Oh, afraid of cats, this is perfect for you.
Oh, yeah, he will immediately just read it. Careful, whelp! Far greater than thou have prepared for less, have perished for less. Again, he's just shaking your shoulder like a dog on all fours.
I still need mine. I had a 9.
Yeah,
Oh, 9.
I got the
Oh.
answer to the everything.
Then Dara's going to grapple Predicat.
Reroll yours, Vesca.
We also need to start waiting until everyone gets all their lines because we're going a little too far now because of the shitpost.
Yeah.
That said, this is the best like public theater performance they've probably ever seen.
It's true.
In Ohio.
This crowd is probably like, oh my god, these guys are amazing.
This is the greatest show put on yet.
23. I'm pretty sure that's also a reroll.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, that is. Predacats.
73?
80.
Predacats, that's your line.
Also appropriate.
Didn't you get that cat's one already? The Am I to Make Pie?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
the new
right.
one. Yeah, I should have just gotten that one. That one should go to whoever else rolled because I haven't rolled since 3.
We'll just hold on to that.
I mean, you could give it to Draco because I think he rolled and never got his.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I got a 42.
Draco, you can take that one. And then Vesca,
Alright.
this is yours.
Uh, 73 for mine.
Oh, that's right. 73. Which one was
And then
that?
76.
Oh, that one. The Gristle line. That was actually for you, Sidara. That's why
Okay.
I messed that up.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me just
so-
redo my line.
Yep. Yeah, that's why. New one for Dove. I guess. Oh man, if you want to just do this, this has just been pure chaos. Just like, oh, this line.
Rapid
Improv
fire.
theater. This is open mic night, basically. This is what happens.
I mean, this has basically just been a glorified group therapy session.
Yeah, and also, I feel like we have to send this episode to Rabbit because I know he's also at a comedy show tonight. And just be like, was it better than this?
He is going to adore every single bit of this.
Absolutely.
Duffer. Let's see. Did I get one for you?
Was
42.
42.
Ah, beautiful. Your line is this. An unnecessary footnote, you are.
That is
Jealous.
perfect. Okay.
And I had 76.
76. Oh, beautiful. All right, Sola.
Sindara rages and tries to get Predicates into a headlock. As she says her line, here's some gristle to chew upon. And 17.
All right, let's see if the dice want to be funny.
I hope so.
I also hope so.
Come on, Dice. We don't
Yeah.
ask you for much.
Oh, good.
By one.
Exactly one.
So I want to point this out because this is actually a position that could be held. Sindar is trying to put him in a front-facing sleeper without removing his teeth from their shoulder.
Yeah.
So they're not doing a really good job of choking them, considering their jaw is stopping them from getting at one of their arteries.
She has a plan.
The funny thing is like we're all sitting here like reading our lines. Meanwhile, Sidara and Predicates are just having an impromptu wrestling match.
Just having an open brawl over there. With the occasional line thrown in.
Unfortunately, I destroyed the chair.
Tragic.
Meanwhile, Amidor just looks at you and says, "Oh, such tragedies are beautiful. A tailor could not have sewn a finer lie." And then you just see him walk onto the spot where the, as he just looks rather sad and dejected, he just stands on where the fireplace was. He hurls himself into it.
Dom
He
will look
places
at
on the
him.
fire.
His eyes narrow. An unnecessary footnote you are.
Brutal.
You actually hear Endelyn just cackle when she sees that.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, this is the best version of this play she's ever seen, and she is thriving.
Oh, yes, she loves the tragedy.
Veska just downs the rest of her wine in like one gulp. At this point, her face is probably like pretty red from the alcohol, and she just says, "See, I blush red as a radish," and then just Family Guy hits the floor.
So we've got 2 Family Guy falls, 1 MMA lockup, and 3 people standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One just threw himself into a fire.
Sola kind of sees the cackling, and she's just gonna go, "Oh, for a sword," and she's just gonna like mimic having a sword, and she's just gonna like quote unquote fall on it, dead.
I rolled a 20 for the next one.
And I rolled a 27.
Alright, Veska. Reroll yours. And then Dom. 7. Oh, okay.
58.
Alright. Dump. Your line is as follows.
Oh, this is perfect. I don't even need to do it.
Veska, reroll yours, since that's already been used.
59.
75, I think, has also been used already.
Alright. Sidara, you said yours was 59. Yours is thus. 75 has already been used.
22.
I think that one's also been used.
Yes. Reroll again. And at this point,
Get a new one.
and eventually at this point, Stage Fright is looking with like the biggest grin on his face. He just kind of looks around and he just kind of says, "Yes, yes," and he just kind of gives the thing like, "Wrap it up, wrap it up."
Sidara grabs Predicates and do a back bridge.
Oh God.
Guys, you gotta, You gotta die! Wrap it up!
All right, Vesca, your
I
line
think
is
my
this.
line is the perfect answer.
Well, I literally can't beat their roll because 0, but let's see what happens. Yeah. So Parade of Gods hits his head on the actual stage as they bridge and finally lets go.
He's like a rabid dog.
Yeah.
At which point he'll just be like spitting out parts of your blood and shoulder and just be like, you knew this from the start.
Truly, this is the worst outcome. And Dov will fall to his knees, dejected.
Sidara looks around, realizes she's the only one that's standing up.
Well, you're not even standing up, you're back bridging, so you are...
Oh.
Yeah, you are head on one end of the floor, feet on the other. So you died as you lived, flexible.
At this point, stage right just rattles. Wrap it up, wrap it up.
I think Dolph was the only living character, so I think he pretty much wrapped it up.
Yeah.
At this point, as the lights that have been trained on you begin to fall, applause begins to erupt from the stage as the people that are sitting in the stage, they just kind of begin to gently clap. And you, as in particular, hear a very raucous applause coming from Endelyn's balcony. Bravo! Bravo! It's every bit I thought it would have been!
I'm gonna stand up
just
for
lay
the
there,
bows.
stand up and bow.
Dov will take off his hat and gladly do so.
Yep, as will Sola.
The only person who doesn't brow is Parade of Gods because he has no concept of it.
Sola will just like take his shoulder and just push him gently down to mimic.
As Evidar being the showman of the group is just like, he'll flourish with his one leaf and he'll bow. And at this point, Gleam will just come off stage. Make her way up and then she'll bow. And at this point, Endelyn is just going to look at all of you. Well done, well done. Well, considering you have made your way up here, let us bargain, shall we?
For?
Well, I know that some of you have made your way in search of various things, as she in particular is going to look at. Sorry, Trucker. Help me, please.
I know Vesca was one of them.
Let me take a look at my
I think it
notes.
must have
Yeah, Veska, Sola, and Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. She got a lot of things. Let's see. Sola's handwriting, Rudy's smile, Veska's ability to keep secrets.
Well, it seems rather appropriate, though. It seems you've already brought one thing, at least. As she kind of motions over. The unicorn. Rather shame that you managed to reunite it. She looks at you in contemplation. If you were to offer me the unicorn, I shall be able to exchange for your ability to keep secrets. As she looks down at you, Veska.
Can I insider?
Sure.
17.
Yeah, you can tell that the unicorn in particular is very important. Given what you know about the fact that you were seeking the alicorn in order to free Sabrina, the fact that the unicorn is now whole again is definitely a problem that she wants to rectify.
Well. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Might we either come up there or you come down here? Seems a bit silly to do negotiations shouting on the balcony.
Can I possibly try to give advantage to Domp based off our performance?
Sure, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say, Praedykas just looks up at them, does the exact same, how do you do a kind face? The exact Beauty and the Beast smile with his teeth, but they are now bloody.
26.
26.
Bard powers, go!
You see, as a sort of mechanical contraption is also currently perching on top of her balcony. She begins to ride on it. I will show this.
Also, while you're trying to find the handout, can we all give like a round of applause to Milla for juggling all of those fucking lines off of all of those rolls for all?
Yeah, that was quite a bit.
Absolutely.
It was very enjoyable too.
Oh my god, I was locked in so hard to try to get those lines out as fast as I could.
You did a
try not
masterful
to
job.
interrupt the flow of the play.
No,
No, it
you
was
did
I was
good.
just like, go.
There's us giving you
It
your
was
flowers.
brilliant.
Oh, bravissimo. Especially to all of our performers here. Chat, give them a round of applause for that.
We don't deserve it as much. It was... At least I don't. Brody got his ass not the fuck out.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was the best thing, and also I'm so sorry that I hit you with nearly max damage on a primal savagery.
Jesus.
1 point off.
Here's the sad thing. Vaughn, here's the sad thing. Above game, you're sorry. In character, Predicast is probably like, should have gone in the way.
Yeah, no, it's like, he actually has no problem with Rhodey. He's just like, he was stupid. I won't hold it against him. He was stupid.
I'm surprised you didn't try to uncanny dodge it.
I needed to get my line, and I'm like, you know what? This is the way to get it out where I don't have to do anything else after this, because he's gonna be dead.
He did it for the bit. It's important for the play.
Yeah, but you could
There it
have the
is.
damage.
I found it. So a contraption that is comprised of wooden bits, metal bits, scraps of cloth, and skulls of birds begins to descend from the balcony, bearing Endelyn Moongrave on top of it. As she flies downwards and up towards stage right. Perhaps this might be a good time to discuss your plans in my orrery. The orrery of tragedies.
Perhaps.
After all, I believe there might be someone else who might be keen on this.
Rhodey, as if on cue, just waves his hand. Hi. I got my ass handed to me on for this bit. Can you work with me a little bit more?
He did indeed take a blow for the sake of the play.
He was very stupid, yes.
I stepped on a mouse.
I
You
destroyed
know what?
a chair.
I can't even argue with you. You're actually right, but I hate the fact you're right.
It was all for the art. The play wouldn't work without it.
I tell you, as you're, I hate to call this as early as I am right here, but I can tell that my brain is getting absolutely fried right now. So
You're
I mean,
okay
you did
after
just
all of
handle all
this?
of that.
Yeah.
It's fair.
yeah. After having that much of an encounter, and for putting on such a show as you're staring down Endelyn, trying to figure out the terms for your bargains, I think that is actually a good place to call tonight's session.
Heck yeah.
Good time.
Ooh,
Well done.
Let's say
Mamma mia.
I know there's a few people who need to leave now, so the first goes
Yeah.
first, and then I'll find somebody for us to raid.
Yeah, Caitlin, let's start with you.
Alright, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Places, Blue Sky Places, Caitlin C37, where I do art. So if you want any art, you can find me there. Deluna, go.
Hello, my name is 13. You can find me on Blue Sky, YouTube, and if I ever use it again, Twitch at Deluna13. Tomorrow you'll find me in the morning for Power Ranger Cyber Strike on Twisted Person's channel, and later on that day you'll find me on Draco's channel. I'll let him talk about the campaign we're doing tomorrow night. Chaco, go.
Hello, I'm Chalk Zombie 101. You can find me all over social media as some form of Chalky Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays here on Vaughn's channel. I'm on this campaign playing Beska. Again, shout out to Milla for juggling all of that insanity that we just witnessed. And then when we're not here every other Tuesday, you can find me, Draco, and Hoshi on our respective Twitch channels playing Baldur's Gate 3. Wednesdays, you can find me and Deluna over on twitch.tv/TwitchThePerson for Power Rangers Cyber Strike, our Power Rangers Tabletop RPG campaign, where we're currently in the middle of a very delicate situation. And then Wednesday nights, you can find myself, Hoshi, Deluna, and Draco, as well as our friends on Draco's channel for our Curse of Strahd campaign, Barovian Odyssey. We're basically tackling the final dungeon, and we're almost done with the campaign, and we'll be moving on to a fun little mini campaign called Obajima. So if you like your Studio Ghibli stuff, go ahead and tune in, because that's very much what this campaign is inspired by. And then Thursdays you find us on Draco's channel for party games. Caitlin.
How are you doing?
Caitlin
already
went
gone.
first.
Oh, Caitlin went first. Okay. Draco.
Hello, everyone. You can find me all over the place as Draco Magnus. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Mondays, Persona 5 Strikers. Tuesdays, when we're not over here, we're over on my channel doing Baldur's Gate 3, along with Chaco and Hoshi. Wednesdays, you can catch us for Barovian Odyssey, where our heroes have finally made it into Castle Ravenloft. The fight against Strahd is nigh. But what horrors will they find lurking within? You'll have to tune in to find out. Thursdays, as previously mentioned, Party Games Day. And on Friday, you can catch me and yelling at me doing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where I'm going to the second DLC final day. Hasn't gone. Did DeLuna go?
I went.
It's Hoshi and me.
Hoshi. I lost track of who went. Hoshi, all you.
Hello, I'm Royal Hoshi. You can find me on all social media as Royal Hoshi. When you can't find me here, you can find me, Draco, and Chaco playing Baldur's Gate 3 on our respective channels. Wednesdays, you can find me on Draco's channel as we're finishing up Curse of Strahd in the final dungeon. And like Draco said, next game we're playing is Obajima. It's kind of like Studio Ghibli. And I'm more excited for that one than anything else, because I get to play a new little slime boy. And that'll be it for me, Mela.
Hello. Well, when you can't find me frying my brain on processes when it's for DMing Phase of Our Lives here, you can also find me DMing for fun every other Friday night next week for Ouroboros, the Outlaws Gambit, where the party has made their way to the city of Bridges, Talus, and after surviving a brawl that happened at the Groggy Gear, the party set out with their hired help in Urban Iron Wrench, or their employer, to run the errands to grab various parts, as well as learn a couple of bits about Zero, the Warforged Artificer's supposed creator, as well as other conflicts that may arise up. But the party has decided to do some more sightseeing for the rest of the day. What wonder shall they stumble upon as they explore the city of Bridges? Tune in next Friday and find out. You can also find me playing over on Legit's channel opposite of this campaign for Associate Anthology's Legacy of the Dealbreakers Volume 2, where the party has successfully managed to stop an uprising to save the magic council of the Demi-Planar City of Patronage, and after conferring with some other forces, they have decided that, yeah, it was definitely a good thing that they stopped the usurper of the council from causing some real bad pink crystal shenanigans from happening, because that could have been a lot of power shifting that would have been very, very bad. But aside from that, you can also catch me out on Blue Sky and occasionally on Twitch. But aside from that, that's all for me. Vaughn, go ahead and take us home.
Sure, I will do that, but I also want to point out something you didn't point out for Outlaws Gambit. During our last session, we met with the oldest person in the city of Bridges. They're a gnome artificer. They're 61 years old, which says a lot for all artificers' survival rate in our setting. So think about that.
Survival, employment, you know.
They live to be 500. The oldest one in the entire city with other different races of sentient ages is 61. I'm really happy we're getting out of the city soon. That said, hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at BurnoutVaughn. Basically, all we have is 2 more games this week. We have Say by Spell, where we're going to have some Plane of Elemental Water shenanigans, and Those Who Wander, where Subterfuge. that's it.
Subterfuge.
We're gonna rate Arculf. What should our raid message be?
That is a very good question.
Mandatory fun.
Mandatory fun. You're right.
Oh, there's also the quote of the session.
Oh, thank you for reminding
That's
me.
a-
Which it goes to Sola. So, if I'm a disgruntled servant, then I have an idea for the baby.
Jesus.
That being said, thank you all for coming out. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. We love you. Bye-bye.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
People.